It's taking forever, but we'll get there. And we're live. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the professional stream. I am your host for this evening. Not some dumb American. I almost said some dumb American. Weebo Jones. Some dumb American, my co-host, my usual co-host, could not be with us for the moment. I don't know if she's probably not going to show up at the end of this, but I did shoot her the link. So if she manages to actually get home in enough time to actually hop on, then we will see the lovely redhead. But I hope you don't mind. I invited our other favorite redhead, Chaos Eve. Say hi, Eve.
What's going on, kids? Can you hear me?
Awesome. And I also do apologize. Yeah, I can hear you. I apologize because for whatever reason, the Wi-Fi in this household has tanked significantly over the weekend. If you were with me gaming this last night, you will have noticed that. But we're gonna power through, see if we can manage this. What else am I missing? Oh, yes. If you would like to donate to the show so I can get better Wi-Fi, there is a link to the Streamlabs down in the description down below. And also, don't forget to chat with us in the comments section of the chat, because that's it's fun. I like talking. I like to see what you guys have to say to us. I don't know about Eve. Eve, do you enjoy that?
I don't know. Some of these motherfuckers. I'm just kidding. I love you guys.
That's fair.
My fellow chat rats.
Little chat rats. Nice. Notes list. I just have to make sure that I'm doing everything properly. I have a whole note thing here. What do we do tonight on Sundays? I always forget. At 8 o'clock we're doing 8 o'clock, which is 7 o'clock my time. We will be doing advice in the couch tips in the couch section of the Discord, which I will be reading off of my phone because Discord is not working for me on my computer at the present moment because of my connectivity issues for whatever reason. And then what else do we have on Sundays for whatever reason? It went down. And we also have stupid comment time, which I have a plethora of. So stay tuned for all of that. All right.
No, I do not have my face camera on right now, Lion.
News.
Somebody was asking if I had my face cam on. I was like, no.
It's okay. I'm sure we will.
Not at the moment. I will turn it on in a minute, though.
Nope.
Uh-oh. Well, guys, it appears Weebo has left us for the moment, and I've got about in 5 minutes if she doesn't rejoin. Her potato internet just kind of kicked it. Oh, there she is. Hello? You're here, but I don't hear you. Now's your chance. Yeah, I know, right? I have control of WEEBO'S channel, but now she's back. Sort of. Luke Skywalker SDA is, well, she's headed home right now. I don't know if she necessarily, well, we didn't really hide it. She came and hung out with me this weekend, and she's headed back to her home right now, but she's driving, so. SDA is out dyeing her hair. Wow. Wow. I heard Crowder was by. I don't know anything about that yet. Let's see. There was something about Crowder in the stories tonight. YouTube investigating conservative commentator Steven Crowder. Nah. Oh no, there's two Weebos.
There are two Weebos. I've switched. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Great. I've switched computers. I don't know.
You're much better now.
Much better now. Okay, so it's a computer thing. For whatever reason, fudge this nuggets. Ugh! I had everything all nice and pretty and stuff. God damn it. So you couldn't hear a thing that I was saying?
No, not at first.
Now
I can hear you.
Okay, now we can hear me. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is the kind of show that is going to be tonight, apparently. It seems the one of technical difficulties. It would not be a Weebo stream without technical difficulties. We're going to power through, like I said. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
It's called the professionals for a reason. It's sarcasm. Poor baby.
Okay, no, side tangent. I know we have to read stories, but side tangent, real quick. I love that I invested all of this money into such a nice computer, and then when I need it to perform the best, and I'm home, and I supposedly have all this fantastic Wi-Fi connection through Xfinity, right? For whatever reason, it craps out on me.
Are you close enough to your internet to be able to hardline it or hardwire it?
No, I'm using the little flash drive thingy.
Oh,
Yeah.
you might want to see about getting a better one of those because those things are sketchy at best.
Sketchy at best. Yeah, you're telling me that.
That's probably why.
So I need a hardline connection. Is that what I need?
Well, ideally, get just an Ethernet cable plugged directly into your computer would be the best connection you could get. However, if you want a better Wi-Fi connection, you can get an internal card because those USB plugs, while serviceable in most cases, are not
going to be good for the Wi-Fi. All right, I'll look into doing that.
Yeah.
This is so depressing. I just dropped $150 on a new keyboard because it literally just crapped out. And
Ooh, which one did you get?
Okay. Side tangent, Newegg. I gotta go back to Newegg because I forgot what it was, but it's a mechanical one, and it does the light up thing because I needed to do the light up thing because I obviously have some sort of like attention disorder. Just kidding. Thank you to the Price is Right review for the $2. Hey, Weebo, long time no chat. Stay awesome. Sunglasses, smiley face. I appreciate that. I need that, especially when everything craps out. All right, let's see. You know what? I'll check that later when it is that we're doing other stuff. I know it's a mechanical keyboard. It's black. It does the big things. The keys are smaller though.
It's black, you guys. Racist.
It's not. That doesn't make me racist. Okay, I'm going
She
to
noticed
share.
the color of the keyboard. Sorry, go ahead.
I like the aesthetic of black. Everything else is black. My tower is black. My mouse is black. My keyboard was black. My computer that this is going off of is black. All right. So excuse me.
Oops, sorry.
Eve is beeping everybody. That was Eve's egg timer for Weebo and her productivity. It's supposed to get me to move on, apparently.
That is totally what that was.
$150 could have gone towards a whole 3 more days on your big road trip next summer. Yeah, but I need a keyboard right now more than I need a road trip, I guess, in not 2 months, in like a year or so. So, I mean, like, I'll cross that bridge when I get to it, but right now I did need a new keyboard, apparently, and I also need a new computer, so, not computer, but onboard whatever Wi-Fi thing. Moving on. Meeting N. Woman arrested after hitting Republican Congressman Matt Gaetz with drink outside town hall event. So apparently, the curse of the Brits has followed us. Oh dear. Another British fad has made its way across the pond. Should I read this in a British accent? I feel like I should. Eve, was that enough?
You should totally read it in a British accent.
All right, then I will. Another British fad has made its way across the pond. After high-profile British Conservatives were doused with milkshakes by protesters in recent weeks, a Republican congressman faced similar treatment after leaving a sanctuary town hall in Florida. Representative Matt Gaetz was leaving an event at the Brouhaha restaurant in Pensacola when a drink was thrown from the crowd of protesters and appeared to hit him on his right arm. While it's unclear if Gaetz was actually milkshaked, video of the incident shows him reacting after an object enters the frame. He then turns around and points out someone in the crowd before the video ends. So, fun stuff. Eve, what would you do in the event that you were milkshaked? Just curious. Oh no. Did everything die again?
No, I said be right back. Keep talking.
Oh, that's right. I didn't hear that part.
That's why it's because I typed it.
I sound like a posh Canadian. All right, hang on. I can do better.
Posh Canadian.
I can do better. I can do so much better. All right, here's my British accent. Oh, gate spokesperson told. I can't do it with a straight face. Sorry. Okay. If anyone assaults anyone else at a Gates events, they will expect to be assaulted and prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. The Hill was confirmed that a 35-year-old American Kondrateyev was year-old Amanda. Sorry. Kondrateyev was detained by Pensacola police for allegedly throwing the drink. She was arrested and charged with battery, according to reports. What? Like, I don't even. Who the heckin'? What? Why would you want to throw a? I've never heard of this guy. I've never heard of this man in my entire life. Sorry, I just had the hiccups.
Gates.
What is his like platform wise? What does he do? Is that how is he important?
Look at that face he's making in the picture.
That's the biggest frowny face I've ever seen. Let's go to. Is there like a? Yeah, let's go to Wikipedia. Why not?
I'll tell you what. I'm saving that and memeing the shit out of it.
Do it. Like, what are his positions on things that would make him a target for a milkshake? Because you don't just wake up one day and decide, I'm going to throw a milkshake at this random political person. It's gotta be like healthcare or immigration. Or something.
He's a Republican. That's why. It's all it takes.
It's not just because he's a Republican. You gotta have a little bit more. If that were the case, all Republicans would be getting milkshaked. Thank you, Travis Gardner, for the $5 over on the Super Chat. Finally got my degree in the mail. I am officially a college graduate. Yay, Travis!
Yay!
10 points to you. I really hope that you got your degree in something a little bit more impressive than underwater basket weaving gender studies with an emphasis in lesbian dance theory. I can frown better. Thank you, Lion Patriot. Yes, I appreciate that you appreciate my frowning abilities. Okay, foreign policy, something about I bet it's immigration. Oh, Gates falsely claimed that George Soros paid for a caravan of migrants from Central America to the United States. He's one of the people that think the Jew conspiracy is legit. Whether or not it's legit, I mean, that would certainly get you milkshaked, I think, right?
He doesn't. Oh my god.
Davey Crocco for $2. Have a great show. Thank you, sir. I will endeavor to do so. All right, next one. Northern Ireland. Let's talk about the Irish and Netflix and Disney and abortion campaigns, as if we're not all sick of this topic already. Which, by the way, stay tuned for Wednesday when I put out my video on the topic of abortion legislation. Sorry.
Yikes.
Shamelessly shows. Okay, it's a little bit hotter of a take, a little bit more interesting, not as standard as I usually go along with. Anyway, so Netflix and Disney are threatening to pull film production in Georgia over the U.S. state's new abortion law, but neither the company will... What?
Hit the wrong button. Go ahead.
But neither company will comment on whether they will continue to make shows in Northern Ireland, where women face even more restrictions on their reproductive rights. Georgia's proposed law, which has prompted a growing boycott from the entertainment industry and leading actors, will ban women from seeking an abortion after 6 weeks. By comparison, Northern Ireland's long-standing ban on abortion is absolute from the moment of conception, with anyone obtaining an abortion theoretically facing life imprisonment. Ain't that fun, ladies and gentlemen? Ain't that just a blast? And that's without any like instances of exception, correct? I think that includes instances of rape, incest, and a threat to the mother's life. Is that am I correct on that? I don't know. Chat, does anyone know? I'd really like to know if I'm correct in that. Anyway, continuing on. It shouldn't be one rule for Georgia and one rule for Northern Ireland, says Emma Campbell, co-chair of the Northern Irish campaign group Alliance for Choice. There needs to be some consistency, she added, suggesting that there is often a blind spot when it comes to the reality of life for a woman in Northern Ireland who have to travel abroad for a termination. Companies like Disney making public statements could put political... Companies like Disney making I'm gonna have an aneurysm. I swear to God.
Phenomena.
Mana. Companies like Disney making a public statement could put political pressure on in a way that an activist group like ourselves just can't. So I'm a little bit iffy about that. I find it extremely offensive, actually, or not offensive, just a little bit iffy. Not offensive. It offends my delicate sensibilities, but I do find it iffy that we are pressuring a multi-million-dollar company into influencing a foreign government. I mean, this is the same nation, correct me if I'm wrong, that had a big issue with Russia collusion not 2 months ago. Sorry, hang on. I need to emphasize exactly the faces that I'm making because they're hilarious, in my opinion. But, my opinion matters. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Your
Where is it?
opinion is queen on this channel because it's your
It's
opinion and
fine.
your channel.
Exactly. But, okay. All right. Chat, correct me if I'm wrong, but did this nation not just have a 2-year-long investigation into our president colluding with the Russians who were attempting to influence our election? Did like that did just happen, right? I'm not going crazy.
I think you are crazy. I don't know what you're talking about, Weebo.
Foreign interference into another country's politics is something to be frowned upon, is it not? I assumed yes. From the amounts of people telling us that we need to get out of the Middle East and the amounts of people telling us that, oh, yes, obstruction of a non-existent collusion scandal is totally worthy of impeaching a president. Like, are you mocking me?
No, I was hinting in solidarity.
You're hinting in solidarity.
I was hinting in solidarity.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate. Not their politics, just their elections. Well, elections, in their laws, in anything that has to do with that sovereign nation, that independent sovereign nation, interfering, a foreign entity, interfering in another sovereign nation's political system seems a little bit sketchy when we were literally just in the middle of a whole shebang about how we don't like people from foreign countries interfering in our shebang. Just, I don't know. I think people have notoriously short memories, and I find it incredibly disheartening as well as incredibly sad. I'm sorry, it's unbelievable to me. But at the same time, it's not. What are we talking about? Shady Grin asks. Okay, so there was here. Let me link to the thing with the stuff. The Northern Ireland, the pressure. Did I not? Oh, I pressed cancel instead of share. I'm funny like that. So, Northern Ireland is being pressured, or no, sorry, multi-million-dollar companies such as Disney and or Netflix are being pressured by people in order to get them to pressure foreign sovereign nations into caving on specific abortion legislation within their countries. And that's what got me going into this whole spiel about how we literally just got out of the Russia collusion thing. Whereas SDA is currently driving, I believe, back home because she was just visiting Eve all weekend.
Yes, she was. And the reason I am exhausted and it's taking me forever to get my fucking makeup done. Sorry, I said a bad word. Family friendly. If the reason it's taking me forever to get my makeup done is because I only just woke up like a little while ago and was like, shoot, I got a new stream with Weebo. Let me go take a shower and put makeup on. So.
Oh, so apparently Stranger Things is filmed in Northern Ireland. That did not come across. Yes, we already know about that. I actually covered this in my video as well. Not like this whole thing, but it gets covered as well. So we all know about the abortion legislation. It's kind of old news. It is kind of old news. But I thought this was particularly enraging to me, just as a person, as someone who notices things that are hypocritical happening on the national scale. I wanted to point it out and rant about it because that's what I do. In other news, YouTube investigating conservative commentator Steven Crowder. For what, you may be asking? Well, that's a good question. No, go away the hill. I don't want to watch your video. YouTube is investigating... Go... Oh, sorry. I'm yelling at the pop-ups, but they can't hear me right now. Also, did you hear about that black guy that got doxxed? Which black guy? Is it some black guy?
A black guy, or?
I know several black guys. You gotta be more specific there, Nico. Anyway, so YouTube is investigating conservative commentator Steven Crowder after Vox host Carlos Maza accused him of harassment and making derogatory comments about his ethnicity and sexuality. YouTube responded to Maza's tweet thread detailing his allegations, saying that it was looking into it further. Oh, YouTube, aren't you just a peach? Doing all of this, bending over backwards for some whiny little shit on the internet. Sorry, I'm supposed to censor myself, aren't I? Some whiny little noodle head on the internet. There we go. I wish I got such special treatment, but unfortunately, I don't. I just get demonetized after every upload, and I have to wait for them to remonetize it. Aww. Anyway, the company also confirmed to The Hill that it was investigating in response to Mazza's thread, but declined to comment further. Well then, Mazza, the host of Vox Media's literacy series Strike Through, which sounds so impressive, but has absolutely yet to deliver on such a promising title, accused Crowder on Twitter this weekend of repeated overt attacks on my sexual orientation and ethnicity. He said that the pundit had called him an anchor baby and a lesbian queer. He also said that Crowder's videos have caused him to be the target of ridiculous harassment, adding that it makes life sort of miserable. Well, sir. Two wrongs do not make a right. Even if he did target you with ridiculous harassment and call you a lesbian queer and call you an anchor baby and all this stuff and cause you to be the subject of vitriol from other people, I would find it a little bit odd that your retaliation would be to essentially ruin this man's entire financial prospects. Ruin this man entirely financially, making it so that he can no longer, and his other, half dozen employees can no longer work as productively, or at least cut a large chunk of their production team's finances from their ability to produce. Bruh. Eve, am I crazy in saying this?
Completely crazy. What did you just say?
Oh, I said it was just interesting that the method of solving this alleged harassment is in completely deplatforming this individual rather than in, I feel like if he actually had a case, he would be able to go to a lawyer with his complaints, maybe. I don't know, and sue Crowder for all of his shenanigans. I feel like that would be a better way to go about doing that because we have the civil courts for a reason, right? I mean, I know I'm not normally one to be a proponent of frivolous lawsuits, but I feel like if this guy thinks that he has an actual case, maybe don't call for reporting harassment on a guy. Maybe just take him to court for damage.
Yeah, I mean, that would make more sense, but everybody has to be.
I feel like he's trying to score more victim points because this way, if he does it so publicly and everyone else is responding to it this way, gets him a lot more attention, gets him a lot more victim coins that he can cash in later at a different date, gets him more credence in the community.
Now I ask, you said it says the Vox host told his followers to flag Crowder's videos.
And said he did not believe YouTube would take a stand against the commentator. He accused the company of not caring about its LGBT creators.
My question is that if he did this publicly on Twitter, that's considered targeted harassment.
It is technically considered targeted harassment, actually. Although I don't know what YouTube could do about it since it wasn't on their platform. Twitter could do something about it, but I don't think Twitter is going to jump on the opportunity to do something about this. The same guy throwing these accusations around is also calling for him and supporters to be assaulted and humiliate them. I haven't seen that yet. The Price is Right review. Can you send me a link to that, por favor? Thank you. Preemptive. Thank you. Oh, that's a lot of tweets. Go away, Papa. So Crowder posted a video on YouTube on Friday responding to the investigation Maz's allegations. He frames the events as an attack by Vox on a successful competitor, claiming that Vox can't compete with his channel, which, to be quite honest, kind of feels true. I mean, if we look at... Okay, so here, you know what? Let's just go to YouTube anyway. Hey, look. You guys should like and subscribe my channel. By the way, shameless shill. Crowder. Let's see. Most recent videos. Let's go to his channel. Oh, no, go away. Video. 2 days ago, 827,000 views. On a normal video, maybe 224K, 119K, you know, north of 100K. All right, let's check out Vox's channel. Just Vox's channel. Videos. Okay. 450, 1 million on this video that has accrued a lot of attention by our community as well. 300K, 590K. All right, so they do all right for themselves as well. So I don't see why, I don't know, this couldn't turn into a whole just...
Somebody said, isn't this against YouTube's terms of service? As long as we're not actually watching someone else's video, we should be okay. We're just looking at the numbers.
Yeah, no, we're just looking at the numbers. Yeah, so they're north of 1 million views. I don't... See, I don't know if I would call Crowder a more successful competitor than Vox, considering the numbers, but... I mean, here's the other thing. Consider this. Vox is peddled and pushed by YouTube, whereas Crowder is not as much. So there is that to be considered. So finding accurate numbers, I'd be interested to see the levels of engagement between the two channels. That would be something that would be more telling than the actual numbers themselves, granted what we know about YouTube and the trending that they push. Dangerous Spaces. This was based on a Vox video where Carlos said there is no left-wing outrage machine fueling the media. So no left-wing outlets covering this outrage, apparently. So Crowder says, I'm really hoping that YouTube doesn't capitulate to a multi-$100 million corporation who've had a long history of advocating corporate censorship. I'm hoping YouTube doesn't cave simply because of political and huge financial pressure. This is not really an example of hate speech or even just offensive speech versus a self-proclaimed queer creator. This is an example of a giant multinational media conglomerate attempting to quash a competitor. And that I will agree with. Yes, it is. It is unfortunate that this is the day and age that we're in where smaller creators are essentially being, how do I put this? Railroaded? Not railroaded. Sidelined? No. Destroyed? I don't know. But bullied by multi-million-dollar corporations funded by other corporations that are all tight-knit and have this narrative that they want to purport to the people. It makes me uncomfortable, to be quite fair. And that's pretty much the end of that story. We have 1 minute, and I wanted to talk about something that's not necessarily politically minded, that's not very controversial, that I think is a fantastic thing going on. And you know, I think not enough people appreciate what it is that modern day archaeologists do. My goal is to preserve history. Archaeologist recreates ancient beers.
Nice.
Yeah. Travis Roop leads two rather different lives in Boulder, Colorado. One is an adjunct professor of classics, art, history, and anthropology at the University of Colorado. The other is a beer archaeologist at Avery Brewing, or more specifically, innovation and wood cellar manager and beer archaeologist, Roop told CBS this morning. So this guy takes ancient chemical compositions left over from beers that were stored in vats by the ancients and left there essentially to either ferment or just to kind of disintegrate over the ages. And he takes that chemical composition that's left over and he analyzes it essentially, and then he recreates the recipe based off of what it is that he found in that analysis. And then he turns it and he tries to replicate the recipe from a modern day perspective. Of course, it's not going to be 100% accurate. Definitely not, because everything's different now than it was 1,000 years ago, or 2,000 years ago, or however long it was ago. But he tries to essentially recreate ancient recipes for beer, and I find this awesome. Like this is exactly what I want to have happen from my archaeologists. Okay, so Balik, everyone has seen Balik, right? Or not seen, but you've interacted with Balik. He was my roommate last semester. We're going to be roommates coming up this semester. He's right now on an archaeological dig in some Eastern European nation. I'm not going to like give it away until he's back. But he he actually did an entire project, I think for his Hosco thesis, maybe? I don't know. But he did a project involving ancient beers, and he was telling me about this, and I just thought it was so fascinating. So fascinating. Sorry. It was just one of my like passion project stories that I really wanted to read about. Thank you, Lion Patriot, for putting it in the library for me to read. I really do appreciate that kind of stuff. Archaeology, while it's not one of the things that I'm majoring in, is kind of just one of these things that I enjoy talking about, enjoy discussing, especially the classics. Nico says, I have the story about the guy that got doxxed by the Daily Beast. Okay, side tangent. We have a Discord for the professionals streaming.
Not really a side tangent because it leads into the next thing.
Yeah, side tangent. We have a Discord for the professionals stream, and in that Discord, you can give us your stories, your little side things that you want to talk about. You can ask us advice questions, and you can put screenshots and quotes from the show into the little rooms that we have designated as appropriate for such content. Currently, it is advice time, and right now you can ask your advice questions of me and my lovely co-host, Chaos Eve, in the casting couch. That is where we will be answering your questions. Or not the casting couch, the regular couch.
Guess what, kids?
What?
Tonight we have an upgrade, because between Weebo and myself, you now have 53 years of experience. I won't tell you how old Weebo is, so you won't be able to figure out how old I am. So
everyone knows how old I am, though.
Fuck. I mean, crud.
It's okay. Yeah, no. If the Daily Beast, which one's the Daily Beast? I can't remember. Hang on. Let's see if I can do research while waiting for advice time. Daily Beast docs person. I'm gonna look into this.
Yes, we'll go with that. Wait, Weebo's 13? That's rude.
Oh, the black forklift operator, the Daily Caller. Which one's the Daily Beast? I can't remember for the life of me for whatever reason. Copy. Do I ever? I don't. I don't think I've been on the Daily Beast before. I have had to have been on the Daily Beast before.
Wow, okay, hey, screw you guys in chat. They're saying you're 13, which would make me 40, and you guys can go jump in a freaking lake.
Oh, I am going. Okay, I'm gonna make a video about this. Sorry, but
about being 13, yeah, you
this
should make a video about that.
Okay, do you remember the K-File case with CNN and the guy who made the GIF of Donald Trump tackling the CNN GIF or whatever, or the CNN logo being tackled?
Yep. And then Trump recreated it, so they went after him instead of the...
They went after the Reddit guy who made the gift and essentially strong-armed him into making an apology. And
yeah, because they threatened to dox him, and it was like he was so terrified that his personal information was going to get out there, and he was going to lose his job and everything. Yeah. It's just like,
this reads to me exactly like that, and I'm going to put it in my queue for what it is I'm going to be working on this week, because I have a few projects that I have lined up. Like, I have something planned. I have actually 2 things planned for Pride Month.
Oh, boy.
I one, actually, I have them on my, sorry. I have them on my desktop right now. Their working titles are "What Are Cis Hets" and "Happy Pride Month, Everybody." And there's a reason why I picked those. I'm not going to go into it right now, but I will definitely see if I can make them extra edgy. Sanguine donated 5 to say, "Render onto me the ancient beers, and I really want to learn brewing to try and resurrect a myriad of bygone meads that have fallen out over the ages, including trying to brew using pre-1700 texts." Ooh. Sanguine, I feel like you'd have a lot of fun with this. I feel like you would, and I feel like I would enjoy you talking about it to me as well.
Let me yank my headset off real quick. Try it.
Yeah. Found a video that Tim Pool made going in depth about Carlos Manza wanting Crowder doxxed and his supporters assaulted and humiliated. Price is Right review. Can you link me to that too? Well, I would be interested in witnessing that. By the way, guys, it is advice time for the next 14 minutes of your life. I will be here, and so will Eve. Will be here to answer your advice questions for us over in the couch of the Professionals Stream Discord, which can be found linked in the description down below if you're curious. Also found in the description linked down below is the link to the Streamlabs if you would like to give us your money, but not Google 30% of that hard-earned cash, then you can definitely go ahead and do that on the Streamlabs, linked in the description down below. I'm getting so much better at this. Oh my gosh. I'm drinking cranberry grape juice. I very much enjoy that. All right.
Jacob says, "My favorite room in the server, the couch." Sanguine and Mustafa did ask questions already if you want to.
Oh, they did? Oh, okay. I see. Sorry.
They asked before I sent the notification.
I wasn't looking at that until... You guys you could have, like, elbowed me with words. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Now I feel a little bit silly. For advice time, how should I grow my cooking channel? How do I improve it? What should the theme be after the upcoming simple is sexy short vids and subsequent feasts? Now,
having watched your videos, Sanguine, I do have
Yeah.
very specific critiques, but I don't want to be like, a dick and say them on stream or anything. So I would like to talk to you privately about them. But
well, I've seen the one video, but and also whenever it is that you come on and you give us little snippets of cooking exposure, I really enjoy them. I really do enjoy them. I think that if you took like a massive light, just shone it down upon the lovely cooking apparatuses that you're using and the foods upon which they are placed to emphasize the colors and the textures and all of the little grooves and crevices of your cooking exposuring stuff. What I'm getting at is lighting will make all of the difference, and it's not just because I want to better appreciate your foods when I see them. I guess that would be a good way to improve that. Other than that, thumbnails. They always have to be like bright and colorful for whatever reason.
that is very, very true. The thumbnail is the first thing people see, and it is the thing that will that and the title are the things that are going to draw people and do click on your video to begin with.
Exactly. And also, you need better lighting for that too. You always need better lighting. I need better lighting. Trust me.
If those things aren't interesting, nobody's going to click on the video to begin with. So,
So like maybe cook the food and then put it on a plate in front of like some white wall or whatever with a nice light shone down upon it on all sides, and then just take a picture and then be like, this is what I've made. That's like my main thing. If we can see the food, because like we can't smell how good the cooking is, we can hear about what you've put into the food, but seeing it, people are really attracted to the first thing that they see. They do judge books by their covers. I'm sorry to tell you that. It is. There is a link to the professionals Discord in the description down below if you would like to ask us advice questions. Other than that, chat time will be at the last 20 minutes of the show, so that will be when I answer questions from the chat with Eve. What's a good way to get to know someone? Ask them about lighting.
Well, there are different questions you could always ask people. I mean, there's the fairly generic ones, but then you can also there are lists of icebreaker questions out there of things you can ask people to just get a conversation started. Find a common interest on how you talk to people about things. And if they're the number one thing is people like to talk about themselves. So if you can ask them the questions about themselves, they really tend to like answer those questions and like to have a conversation with you. So
yeah.
Do you have anything you want to add to that?
People do like talking about themselves. I prefer it when other people talk about themselves because I have a tendency to kind of go on and on and on until I just kind of taper off in a sentence. So if people interrupt me, that's important because it feels like they're engaged in what I'm saying. But if they allow me to go until I just kind of, then I don't feel like they're as interested.
Did you ever think that maybe they're wanting to listen to you?
No, that's foreign concept to me because Eve, what you have to understand is I grew up in a family of Polacks, right? Loud, obnoxious. There are like 15 of us at any given moment, and we're all talking over each other. So if no one interrupts me, it's weird for me. Which is why I feel like I dominate conversations more often than not. Because I could go on forever. But don't let me. Please don't let me. Polydub, how do I convince Weebo that 2 braid pigtails are a thing of the past and 3 braids is what woke girls do? You see, Polly, you're not the one doing the braiding.
Hold up, what?
So you don't get to say anything. Plus, it's harder to do 3 than it is to do 2 on either side. And Eve, I don't know how experienced you are in braiding hair. Not everyone that I talk to is as like proficient as I am at braiding their hair.
I don't braid my hair.
All right, so then you probably will be able to relate as well. But like, say you're putting your hair into a ponytail, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or like a half ponytail. You gotta compartmentalize the hair follicles into sections or whatever. Sectioning your hair is a pain in the butt, right? Because hair wants to go everywhere. It's very loose and flowy, especially if it's like as straight as mine or whatever. It's very loose and flowy. So getting it to sit still for any amount of time while you're doing something with this part is going to be a pain in the butt. So if you just do it down the middle, it's fine. But if you do it on like the halvesies, then you're going to have a bitch of a time with the middle part. Trust me, I've tried it. All right, Polly, I've tried it. Devil Fruit Zero, what program do you use to make videos? I use Premiere Pro, but I started out with iMovie. The reason being is because 1, it was free, and 2, it was all I had on my crappy MacBook Air, and that was sufficient for a while, actually. It looked fine, it did well, it worked for me, and then I wanted to kind of improve the quality of my videos. I wanted to do more things, and I wanted to get things out faster, so I invested in Adobe, the Adobe suite, and now I pay like 30-something bucks for a subscription every month for all of the apps because I have the student discount, which is nice. But that's what I use. But it's perfectly okay to start out with something small and simple to use because Premiere Pro, it takes a while to get used to because there's a lot there.
I was actually going to point out Humble Bundle for at least the next day or so. Yeah, just under 2 days is having a sale on Vegas Pro 13 or Vegas Pro 15 for $25. You get that and several other programs. And Vegas Pro for $25 when it's normally $400 is a great deal, especially if you're just starting out and looking for something to work with.
Yeah.
It's not everyone's favorite program, but if you're looking for something to get started with, it's a great place.
Next question from the Price is Right review, I'm pretty sure, because that's the same picture from what I remember, and it's also the same question from the chat that I totally just subtly you know, transitioned the Discord thing. Anyway. What would you do if some news outlet doxed you, Weebo? Oh, I'd take full advantage of it. I'd use it as an opportunity to be like, all right, I'm a martyr for the cause. Here's my name. Here's my, well, not my address, but, you know, here's my full name. Here's exactly why I was doxed. Let's go after these people. And, you know, I have now a personal vendetta. You have made an enemy of me. This purple. Purple? This person. Oh my God. I call myself a purple.
Good job.
I called myself a purple. I'm never gonna.
You're a purple.
I'm a purple. You have made yourself an enemy of this purple.
You have made an enemy of this purple.
Well, yeah, no. If I got doxxed by somebody, I would use it to the full marketing advantage that I could, because you know for a fact, you get doxxed by some media pundit for something that you did that was remotely funny. Like Dankula. Dankula took his unfortunate circumstance and turned it into something profitable. Obviously out of necessity, but, you know, he did a really good job with that. So I'd probably go in that direction. Especially if the docs that I was subjected to kind of ruined my prospects career-wise. Yeah. Danku Phoenix. I've had a crush on a girl for over a year, but during that time, she has disappeared from my life, and I missed her. Recently, she returned and has feelings for me. Should I go for her, or am I better off getting over her completely? If you had a crush on her, and it hasn't, and you have a crush on her still, I would say go for it. I mean, like, what's the worst that can happen? She breaks up with you, break your heart, and you move on, right?
I mean, it really depends on the specifics of the situation. I mean, if there's nothing keeping you two from being together, like if she doesn't have any hangups, she said she likes you. What are you giggling about?
The purple me.
God damn it.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Ignore me.
And weeb the purple. Gosh, fuck. I'm trying not to curse. Dang it.
Go for it.
Yeah, seriously, I mean, if there's no other reason other than she just dropped off the face of the earth and then came back, I mean, you know, maybe find out why she disappeared. If you know that, and you know maybe she was dealing with some personal stuff, yeah, that people have to do that sometimes. They have to take a step back.
Why does it have to be personal stuff? Why can't she just be going on a quest for the I don't know, the
Holy Grail or something?
Holy Grail. Yeah, why can't she just be going on a quest for the Holy Grail, and that's why she didn't, you know, maintain contact with the person? Like, right? There are more reasons to fall off the grid than just personal reasons, all right? If I fell off the grid, it'd probably because I'm busy doing stuff, like traveling. That's probably the reason that I'd like fall off the grid, is because I'm busy going from place to place to place. I don't have time to sit down and be like, hi, how are you? Oh my gosh, yes, we should totally have tea on Thursday. And also, I will be there for your aunt Marjorie's birthday party on Wednesday evening. So,
Well,
not that that's exactly what's going on, but what I'm saying is, just because people live their lives doesn't mean you have to give up on them necessarily, unless she lives, even then.
She said she did tell her it was depression, though. Okay, then yeah. In that case, that's a pretty good reason to fall off the grid.
She took care of herself.
And if she likes you back, girl, go for it.
Do it.
Get it.
And I'm not trying to be rude or anything. I'm just saying, like, you don't
go
have
out there,
to
chase your happiness.
Go off the grid. Oh my god. That's interesting. No, I'm looking at the chat. Hello, Jay and Zerillo. How are you today? Nightwing is overrated. But how overrated is he? That's not an advice question, Shady Grin. I'm offended that you would stoop so low as to ask a non-advice question during advice time. What kind of memes should I send?
Apparently, no one read my notification. You're only supposed to ask advice questions in the couch, guys. Other questions can be saved for question time.
What kind of memes should I send to girls? All of them, so long as she is interested in the memes. What you don't want to do is you don't want to inundate her with too many memes that she might not be interested in. So cater your memes to the individual. All right? All right.
Yeah. Find out what kind of memes she likes. Just ask her, what kind of memes do you like? And if she says, "What's a meme?" ditch her immediately.
What's a meme? What's a meme?
What's a meme?
All right, and that is the end of advice time. I'm pretty sure, right? That's the
I
end.
think there was one more.
Is there one more?
On another note, I started to write a script for Disney Princess Rant. Does that sound too stupid for someone my age to be writing, or is that going to be my magnum opus?
No, let it be your magnum opus. It's not stupid. It sounds genius. I would do that.
It took adults to write the other Disney movies. So, I mean, why not have an adult write a Disney Princess Rant? I mean, come on.
Sorry, Danka Phoenix. I thought that was the comment about the depression thing, not the... Okay, sorry. I thought that was an answer to a question from earlier. I am a spaz all over the place. It's a fun time. But now it's time for stupid comment time, right? Like, I got the time constraints, right?
My stupid comments.
Stupid comment time, stupid comment time. I gotta open up my stupid comments for time. Stupid comment time, stupid comment time. It's time for stupid comment time. I'm gonna market that. That's gonna be trademarked at some point. I am a child. Thank you, Sanguine, for the $5. Now the worst is breakup. Start living out of a bottle, lose a limb into a machine because you were drunk at the factory, be found liable because you were drunk at the time, lose your home, and end up on the street. Streets, move to drugs to numb the pain, cancer. Wow, that took a dark turn. Sanguine. There was limb decapitation in that story. Jeez, what kind of... Oof. What happens when you break up with a female? Is that what happens? Oh my god. I'm so sorry. Now I know why you cook. To dull the pain. That's probably not why. I was just making a joke. See? I can be funny. To me. It's fine. Women can be funny. But only sometimes.
Whoa. Don't spread that. We don't need that getting around.
Yep.
Women can be funny? What?
Women can be funny. Alright, so stupid comment time. I don't want anyone to get the wrong idea. Stupid comment time is not just about me responding to silly people who want to smell my ears and also think that I'm a mud shark, all right? It's not just about that. It's also about responding back to you people. Not that you guys give me stupid comments. Sometimes there are truly egregious stupid comments, but sometimes there's discussions in there that I kind of want to just comment on, so I'll put it in stupid comment time so I have a chance to address it to everybody. Because odds are someone else, hopefully someone has had a similar thing, because otherwise I'd just be wasting my time. All right.
Black Romeo says, funny women? Yeah. I know. It's appalling.
I can be funny. Ready? David Crocco, your comment was not the stupid one. It's everything below. Dave Crocco, Weebs, have you heard of the AB329 out of California? Maybe something you would be interested in researching. Wait, no. No, I'm sorry. That wasn't a stupid comment. That was a reminder for me to go look into that, and for whatever reason, it made it into the comment section. Sorry, Davey. That's not a stupid comment. I don't know why it ended up in there. I try to be a good Weebo, and sometimes...
On the other hand, it says that she does listen to you guys' suggestions, and she does go look at these things when you suggest them to her. So
yeah, if you leave me a comment, I'll take a picture of it, and then I'll put it on my desktop so that annoys me into going and looking at it. Because if I have more stuff on my desktop, I'm more prone to look at the stuff. But I guess I accidentally got slipped in there when I was collecting stupid comments. Sorry.
I
appreciate you guys giving me stuff to look at. I do look at it. I don't always comment on it afterwards, though. But I do look at it. Mr. Zipper Merge. It was a good video until the end. You said make sure you get a well-trained person to circumcise your baby for the best possible outcome. WTF. Well, I'm sorry, sir, but would you rather have these parents not get the best person possible to circumcise their child? Would you rather have them find some whack job behind a dumpster of a restaurant that's Applebee's with a rusty pair of kitchen scissors chopping off the tip of their son's willy? Is that better?
Wow.
That was very descriptive. But my point stands. If you are going to circumcise your child, make sure you get someone who's trained well in the discipline so that no accidents are happening. Aight. Can we all agree on that?
I think we can agree on that.
I'm sorry, Eve, you're supposed to be reading these.
Which one did you just read? The big one?
No, I just read that one.
Oh, you want me to read the next one? Okay.
Yeah, you have to read the Dead Logic one.
I'm convinced Weebo is super freaking stoned. And also stop playing with her box.
This was the stream where we had to use OBS. And I was playing with SDA's box. I was not stoned. I was just having a freaking great time. I am a very happy person generally, and it has nothing to do with substance abuse. It has everything to do with I'm just very, I don't know, jolly, jovial, I guess. Lion Patriot, thank you for the $5 over on the Streamlabs. Here's an idea. Each segment of the professionals needs its own segue song. Oh, I can work on that. Or I can just do it ad-libbed. It's fine. Don't worry about it. All right, this one you can read. Are you ready?
All right, here we go.
Are you sure? Are you sure you can?
This shows how much you actually ignore the problems that we face and faced in the past. You need to realize that you could never understand what we go through because you are white and we have no choice on what color we want to be. There are movies, reports, history, and everyday living evidence about how we are looked down upon. Yes, everything that we talked about happened years ago, but so what? Those were lives that were taken, women that were raped, men that were abused just because they were there. The word and the should not be used by any other race, just like how people disagree about downgrading words about their own race. About downgrading, I think you meant degrading. About downgrading words about their own race. Rumor was a label that people used, people had to force to wear. I'm sorry, let me read that statement again. Was a label that people had to be forced to wear, that your people put upon African Americans that worked their asses off only for you to throw it away. Voting laws that allowed us to vote wasn't even passable. I think you forgot to mention how white people or Caucasians made it difficult for you to pass the test. Every time we were allowed to something, there was a trick behind it, and you couldn't even let us have humane rights. But you wouldn't know now, would you? We have to be allowed. We have to fight to be asked for. And if you think we would let you and other races just use the word around, you're wrong. We African Americans or Black people use as a welcoming, as in a welcoming. We make that. I can't even right now.
No, you're fine. We don't have to finish the whole thing. You have a good sense of what this guy is getting at, right?
It's just a word salad of
it's a tirade. That's what it is.
I don't even know what he's saying.
Can you guess which video this was a response to?
One of your We Was Kangs videos?
No, actually, it wasn't.
No?
One of my biggest of bigots videos.
Really?
Yeah, the one that was a response to Trey Melvin.
Oh,
remember the long eyelash guy who was so oppressed that while he was going to buy his mother a house with cash, he was arrested?
Well, okay, first off, that sounds like a bad idea anyway.
Yeah.
Second off, why was he arrested?
I don't know, because he was going to buy his mother's house with cash. He had this whole thing, this beef with Jeff Holiday years and years ago. Or not years and years, but several months ago. There we go. Yeah, Jacob Jet remembers Trey Melvin. He has these obnoxiously long eyelashes, and that, quite honestly, is the thing that pissed me the fuck off the most. Yes, he was allegedly arrested, because I actually did look for some record of this happening, and I couldn't find a gosh darn diddly thing.
I love how Black Romeo and Mustafa replied right behind each other. And Black Romeo says, "As a black man, this guy is an idiot." And Mustafa says, "Bull crap. I've been around plenty of black and Hispanic people that have used that word, and nobody said crap."
I don't have a problem. Okay, I have a problem, but it's not with people saying the word. It's with people only being okay with other people saying that word. Or only being okay with specifically skin-colored people saying that word. Even if it is supposed to be like a term of endearment, right? For one race, but it's supposed to be a racial slur for another race. That to me highlights the actual problem in our society of, well, now you're discriminating, and now you're just as bad as the people that you are essentially trying to take this word from, right? It irks me greatly.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hi, Dave. How are you?
Let me sniff your ears.
Dave, we've talked about this. My ears are not for sniffing, they're for hearing. Thank you very much. All right. And then Race Jacobson. This is actually the comment that gave me reason to make that declarative statement that I made at the beginning of this, because by no means is this a stupid comment, Race. It is not.
A word on the confidence advice. Telling an unconfident person to just be confident is like telling a clinically depressed person to just be happy.
So this was when we were talking about advice time, and someone had asked, I think the exact question was, we can go back and look at it. Something, was it last week? It had to do with dating. It had to do.
Who asked it?
Huh? No, I don't remember who asked it, but it had to do with how do you talk to a woman or something. But how do I talk to girls better? It was Koken 1928 who asked it, and it was with regards to how do I talk to girls better, and the advice we gave was have a little bit more confidence, which the question that we were asked advice-wise wasn't exactly something that came off to me as, oh, I lack confidence. It was more so, oh, I just don't know how to converse with females, because I don't know if you guys know this, but females and males are very different people. Sometimes it is a little bit complicated to talk with the opposite sex, not because you lack confidence, but necessarily probably because you don't know where to start.
Well, I think a better way to phrase it when it's like you just have confidence is the old phrase of fake it till you make it. If you act like you're confident, people will believe you are, even if you're not. And yeah, like Black Romeo just said the exact same thing I just did, you know? Because when you present that you're confident, nobody will know that you're not. And eventually you will be able to struggle through those things. You'll struggle at first.
Yeah.
To deal with it, but you'll struggle through those things and you will build your own self-confidence through subsequent successes.
Yeah.
But a lot of times people won't believe that you're capable or confident if you don't act like it. So you pretend to be.
Yeah. And that's also why we gave advice on how to become a little bit more confident as well, because I think we did acknowledge that on some level it's probably part of the reason why it's hard to talk to females. But we did give little tips and tricks about being more confident and how to achieve a little bit more confident, how to make yourself feel more confident. And that was important. Side tangent before we go on. Beware Atheists in chat says, I don't agree with Weebo. People who are uncomfortable around people using the N-word doesn't make them the bad person. I'm not saying that using the N-word makes you a bad person, or people comfortable around people using the N-word makes them a bad person. I'm saying that if you're only comfortable with one race using a specific word to describe a person of another race, if one set of rules is okay for one race and it's not the same case for another race, then that does inherently make you a little bit of a wonkily moral individual, in my opinion. I think it is part of the problem with race relations today, is one rules for thee, another for me type of mentality. All right. JAHGGVGV had this to say, Eve.
I think that, quote, circle game, crap is fiction, and it was made as an excuse to use the white power hand signal. You retarded pedophiles think you're so smart. Rufflemow.
I didn't know my boyfriend was a child. It's funny because he's 9 months older than me, actually. So.
Well, I mean, technically speaking, you're both pedophiles then.
But we're
13.
Oh, I'm 13. No, I thought it was hebephile.
That's true. You're tech because if you're past sexual maturity of puberty, it's considered hebephile.
Full disclosure: we're both of age. We've always been of age.
We are consenting adults.
I just want to get that point across to everybody. All right. Itheist had this to say.
Boomer Jones delivers drunken boomer tier Civ Nat entertainment as usual. Smiley
What's this boomer tier level Civ Nat entertainment? I don't even know what that means. I was slightly intoxicated that stream. I promise you. All right. Eve, you said you had special comments. I mean, stupid comments.
Well, mine's going to require a little bit of preamble, but only a little bit. Some of you may have seen, most of you should have seen SDA's latest video.
What? No.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have actually.
Why am I getting both of these as the same window? What the hell?
Eve, are you having a boomer moment too?
Yeah, a little bit.
You know, I have quite a few boomer moments, and I appreciate each and every one of them because it shows me that I am not the fantastic coder that I think that I am sometimes. It's very humbling, all right? I live to be humbled. Humble me.
But a lot of you may have seen SDA's latest video. If you haven't, you should totally go watch it. I'll give you the rough gist of what's in it, but you should totally go see her commentary on it.
Yep.
Honey Badger Radio that many of you may be familiar with said some things on Memorial Day that a lot of people disagreed with. SDA made a response video about it. It was less than 5 minutes. It wasn't even a long one. But she made a video and said some things about it, and like she does, left it at that.
Yes.
The Honey Badgers, or specifically one of them, the one who runs their Twitter account, decided to come along and start Twitter arguments and things, and continue to drag things out, or they would claim that SDA did. But again, neither here nor there. I'll let SDA fill you guys in on more of that. Anyways, there was just one particular thread of a conversation that I had with the Honey Badgers on Twitter here, and I'm going to pull up this thread.
Oh boy, oh boy.
And it's I've scrolled down from where it started with the original posting of SDA's video, but the real conversation starts somewhere around here.
Can you zoom in a little bit, because I'm looking at this from a really, really small screen.
Does that work?
A little bit more.
I zoomed it in, but
sorry, I'm so needy.
It's fine.
I'm so needy.
Well, I'm saying if you can't see it, then I don't know if everyone else can either.
Do you know how to do the Command Plus thing that just kind of zooms in your computer?
Well, I did it on the window itself, but it doesn't seem to be translating over to
excuse me, I burped again. That's fine. You should be fine. It's probably just because my screen is so small.
Hang on a sec. Am I sharing the wrong window? I don't think.
No, you're sharing the right window, I thought.
No, I don't know if I have it open.
The chat can see it. It's just a me problem, apparently. All right, ignore me.
Okay. It starts about here, and it's where and I fucked it up. Great.
I don't see anything wrong with it. You want me to read Chad 9?
Okay, yeah, I am presenting the wrong window because the window I'm editing, you guys aren't seeing. Hang on.
Oh, interesting.
That's why I have it open twice somehow.
Boomer Eve.
Boomer Eve. All right.
Eve, you look so pretty today.
Thank you.
Everyone, Eve has the cutest blue eyes.
We're going to reopen Twitter.
I appreciate a good pair of blue eyes.
Oh, my.
As someone with not blue eyes. You ever just use the wrong mouse accidentally, thinking that you're using the right mouse? I just did that.
Not.
Weebo has no right to call someone a boomer. Yes, I do.
Okay, here we go. I'm gonna present the only window that I have open now.
How many windows must you have open?
I had multiple windows open. That's part of my problem. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Now I should be able to zoom in and you should be able to see it.
Yes. So Chad 9 then?
Well, like I said, it started with the tweet about SDA's video, and then comes down here where she says, it's almost like I said we should value everyone who has died equally. And Chad9 here replies with, individually, yes, but the fact still remains that society expects men to take on the majority of the sacrifice, 97% worth, to put a number to it. That is not equality at all. And so I asked him a legitimate question, saying, so do you want things to be equal, or you just want your fair share? You don't want things to be equal. You just want your fair share of credit. Am I understanding that right? And Honey Badger Radio here decides to go, 1% of breast cancer cases are men. Let's split funding equally. So with this kind of a straw man argument, I was just like, sure, why not? Because solving it for one could solve it for both. Unlike you, cancer is kind of equal opportunity like that.
You're right. All right. I say let's kill 50% more females. That'll solve the problem, right?
Right.
Right.
And Honey Badgers go, no, I totally agree with you. 50 million should go to the care of female patients and 50 million to male. I said, sounds great. Glad we see eye to eye on this.
Money is not the same thing as acknowledging that people have died, Honey Badger Radio, all right?
That's what I'm getting to. And so Chad9 replies again and says, I don't think you read that tweet as closely as you should. And I said, I did, sweetie. It's called sarcasm, and it unfortunately doesn't always translate well to text. The Honey Badgers reply again, so you don't think we should split funding for care of breast cancer patients equally?
I don't think I'm still getting the same tweets from earlier.
Fuck, why is it not showing it? Like, it's showing the window, but it's not showing the... All right, here. I'm gonna fix this shit. Watch this.
Thanos Weebo is the best.
We're just gonna share the screen. So now it's actually zoomed in. Now it scrolls. All right. So I said, I did, sweetie. It's called sarcasm, and it unfortunately doesn't always translate well over text. She said, so you don't think we should split funding for breast cancer patients equally? I said, nor do you. I was asking a legitimate question of someone else, and you came at me with the unrelated, completely different case, cancer BS. So yeah, I gave you a shitloady response. You don't want to debate, Allison. You want to fight. Good. I'm glad we agreed that it isn't equal to split equally whatever benefit we can get when one gender is overwhelmingly a victim. My reply was, cancer money and Memorial Day praise aren't equal things. If you really believe that they are, I don't have the words to explain how stupid you are. And her reply was, remembering the dead is the only thing we can do for them. The analogy stands.
Hang on. That's not the only thing that we can do for the dead that die in service of our country. You know what we can do? We can pay for their funerals. We can pay for their widows and their children that they leave behind and their families as well. We can make sure that they are remembered after they're gone. Exactly. We remember them. That's what Memorial Day is all about, is about remembering the fallen. No gender matters in that case because, yes, more men have fallen in the service of their country than females, but that doesn't make their sacrifice any more or less than any females does either. So to quantify it based off of the percentage of people of a specific reproductive organ seems asinine to me because it literally doesn't do anything. Like what is quantifying the amount of males versus females sacrifices in war going to actually do for those people retroactively when they're already dead?
You're absolutely right. Yeah, that was my thing of it. Like, there was a lot said over the past few days between Honey Badgers, between SDA, between all the other people who weighed in on the conversation. That one to me was just the moment where I was just like, I'm done. I'm done with this conversation. I'm done talking to this person because I if you're going to compare praise on Memorial Day to funding to save people's lives and say that they're equal in some way, at any point where you think that that is an equal comparison,
It's not.
it's not.
The breast cancer patients are still alive. They still have a chance.
Exactly.
Dead soldiers are dead. We remember them because they are gone.
And there's
No amount of remembrance is going to make that much of a difference percentage-wise if you allocate it amongst people like she wants us to. You're splitting hairs on an issue that doesn't need to be
and that's
controversial and contentious. Holy shit.
And that was SDA's point in her video, and a lot of people's point was that this is just a petty little thing that you're picking at. This isn't anything that actually matters all that much.
You wasted. Sorry, not you, but like Allison's her name, right? I don't watch the Honey Badger, so I don't fucking know.
She's the one who runs their Twitter account.
All right, well, Allison, all right, if you're listening to this, let me just tell you, you just wasted an entire week of your time, your precious time that is apparently oh so scheduled out for other better pursuits, arguing with a whole bunch of people over a petty, what shouldn't be contentious issue with regards to a day that is intended to memorialize the fallen, when you could have been doing literally anything else to help your cause.
Yep.
This is not the fight.
I just wanted to point out the major example, because there were a couple other things she said to me that were pretty dumb, but that was the one that was just kind of the icing on the cake for me. And I'm sure SDA has a lot more that she will probably share at some point, but if she wants to.
Like, I get being petty. I do. I really do. Because I'm petty all the time. It's part of my personality. But in this instance, it serves legitimately no purpose whatsoever. And oh my god.
It doesn't. It wasn't. There's just no reason for it. It just seems like a tiny little thing to pick at. But
Ridiculous.
I mean, like I said, people may disagree, and that's fine.
Yeah.
But I find some errors in her logic there.
Mm-hmm.
And I think she really needs to go back and think about that a little harder.
Yeah. Like, I don't Allison was never in the military, was she?
I don't know. I don't know a lot of her personal history.
Well, regardless, regardless of the fact whether or not she was in the military or not, right? Fact is, she didn't die in the military. Sorry, this is gonna sound really bad, but she didn't die in the military. A lot of other females did die in service of their nation. Not as many as men, sure, but I'm not making the case that they should be recognized more than their male counterparts. I'm just simply saying they died, and you were essentially stepping on their graves in order to make a politically charged point that no one gives a shit about.
Mm-hmm.
This was all about World War II statistics.
Yep.
What the heckin'?
That was the numbers that she used. It was something around 448,000 deaths male and 523 female.
Okay, so that's 523 females that you just shit on, Allison.
Exactly.
Do you feel good about yourself?
Just acting like just because there was more of them, they deserve more of the praise, and I'm just like,
get over yourself.
It's identity politics. It's exactly what it is. And I just have such an issue with somebody who has spent so many years railing against the identity politics of the feminists and stuff, just to turn around and use identity politics herself to push a point.
Yeah. Sidebar, everyone, it's chat time now. Unfortunately, we went 10 minutes over stupid comment time. I'm sorry. But yeah, it's chat time. So the last 10 minutes of the show are all yours. If you have a comment, question, concern, conundrum that you would like to address with me or my lovely co-host, the lovely Chaos Eve, you can feel free to put that in the chat, and we will attend accordingly. Ooh, this is interesting. Prospero says she's Canadian, Weebo. They don't even have a Memorial Day. Closest thing to it is Remembrance Day. Also, men. Day didn't start with World War II. Grr.
All right.
See, I'm not up to date on the whole history of Memorial Day. I think it's fantastic that we do have it, and I think it's a good thing. I do think it's a good thing. How does sorry,
Kaz, I'm just reading his question.
Gaz, how does one go about becoming a purple? Well, you see, you have to have not a speech impediment, but an inability, for whatever reason, to articulate succinctly the point in which you are trying to make without screwing up in an incoherent way.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, there you go. That's activism for you. Whether MRA or feminist, they can go into things that literally nobody cares about. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh God, yeah. Advice question: how to tell SDA I miss her? I can
Well, you can.
tweet that at her. She'll
Well,
appreciate that.
I'll say that or in the Discord.
Yeah.
Oh. Just say, hey, we miss you, SDA.
Memorial Day dates back to the Civil War. I did not know that.
I didn't either.
Wait,
No, if it went back that far.
if it were atheists, I have an actual legit question. Why is it that see, we have another Weebo'ism right there. Why is it that politicians that what? I'm not answering that question. I didn't finish that before I started reading it. I should have.
I don't understand the question, really.
I don't either, which is why I'm not answering it. Daniel Folman's got a question for you, Eve.
Chaos. Any upcoming masquerade streams? Technically I'm supposed to do one tonight, but I'll be honest, guys, I'm just not feeling it. I'm not into it tonight. I need to go. It's been a long weekend, despite as much fun as SDA and I had. I'm just thoroughly wore out, and I'm just not. I barely drug myself out of where I was sleeping to come help Weebo. So
I appreciate you, Eve. Otherwise, I would have had to get someone else to do this job, and I don't have a short list of people necessarily.
we need to get you a short list.
I need to have short
It's
lists.
perfect for you.
Right now is you, but
Short.
well, it would include Isaac, but Isaac's always working. We haven't seen Isaac in many years.
Oh, poor Isaac.
Isaac, I miss you.
We miss you, Isaac. Come back to us so we can send terrible dad jokes to you.
I know, right? Oh, Prospero says it began as Decoration Day after the Civil War. Then it became a Memorial Day. Then became Memorial Day and became a federal holiday in 1971. So it hasn't been around that long. Interesting. Or I mean, it's been around for a while, but it's never in its current form. It has not been around as long as I thought it would. It was. Yes. Okay. Words. Eve, will you ever make a Riley Dennis response video?
I don't really do response videos, and I don't know. I usually just rant about things on Twitter when I need to say something or rant about them on a Minion stream. So, or even rant about them on here occasionally when you guys bring me on. But yeah, no. If I'm gonna, I don't usually take the time to make a video because much for the same reason SDA says that she doesn't script her videos. She just kind of sits down and rants in front of the camera and responds to it, because if she was to actually take the time to script it out, it would be out of her, and then she wouldn't feel the need to do the video anymore. So instead, she just kind of wings it and says what she needs to say, and then clips that later on and publishes the video. So
I think I might have a section of this stream that I'm going to supercut for later, because not everyone likes to watch the whole stream itself. And I did have, every once in a while, I do have these little tangent rants that I go off on that would make really good short clips.
Yep.
What kind of memes do you like? Ooh, I like all memes, but in particular, the really messed up ones kind of get me giggling more often than not. Sorry. It's just my personality, my sense of humor.
We are a family-friendly show, and I cannot answer that question.
That is entirely fair. I appreciate you.
My memes go from bad to
worse.
yeah.
That's fair.
I tell you what. Come hang out with me on Discord, and I'll show you some of my meme collection.
All right, that's good. That's a good time. Do we need to put a separate channel in the Discord for inappropriate memes?
I'll just put them like it's not safe for work channels or something. I'm sure.
That's fair. Daniel Fullman, thoughts on Monkey's Twitter ban? He got, what did he get banned for exactly? Was it for the Sophie Turner comment?
A bimbo.
Was it Sophie Turner?
I don't know. It might have been. I just remember he called someone a bimbo, and I'm like, really? That's considered harassment?
That's not the worst. I've said a lot worse, and I've yet to actually be banned on Twitter. Ever. I've never been banned.
I've been shadow banned.
Oh, well, that's different. That's not what I'm talking about. I mean, like, full on, you can't interact with anybody on Twitter for a week or something. I've never been suspended, never been banned. I'm a good weebo. Thank you, Sanguine, for the $5 over on the Streamlabs. Is a politician a Polak politician? Yes. 100%.
Oh, no, Sanguine.
I will never get over okay, there was one person one time on Twitter that got super peeved with me that I called myself a Polak because they said, well, you shouldn't use slurs against yourself.
Are you going to tell black people the same thing then?
I think he has. I don't know. But he had such an issue with me calling myself a Polak. And I'm just like, like, you should set a good example for the other Polacks out there, Weeb. And I'm like, he didn't actually say you should set a better example for other Polacks. He said you should set a better example for people out there if this is not okay for them to do. And I'm like, no, I am not the arbiter of what other people should and shouldn't do. They have that freedom of choice to do whatever the heckin' that they wish. I am just here to be myself.
Mm-hmm.
To be true to myself. I am inherently and wholesale myself. What you see is what you get. All right? Maybe a little bit more leg when I stand up, but otherwise, I'm just me. I'm okay with the small influence of sphere that I have.
Black Romeo says I can call myself whatever I darn well please.
Yeah. Yep. We got 2 minutes, people. 2 minutes. That means that if you have any more questions that you would like to inquire of me and my lovely co-host, the lovely Cass, you go right ahead on that chat. Right there. Check your logic. Twitter or Discord. I feel like if I tell her on both platforms, I think I irritate her for lack of a better form. Tell her on Twitter, I think. Don't do both.
Yeah, don't do both.
Because, yeah, that is SDA.
Weebo is 45.4% legs.
Yeah, that's about accurate. Here's an actual question. What games do y'all play, if any? Well, interesting that you ask. Yesterday, actually, on the Discord, my Discord, not the professionals Discord, but we were playing Quiplash as a nice group event kind of thing. Every once in a while, I like to do that type of stuff because I feel like, I don't know, it's a lot of fun. I get close to a lot of people. We have a good time, and it's a nice outlet for my non-advertiser friendly humor, which is important because you're not supposed to bottle that stuff up. Eve, what do you play?
Oh, I play a lot of things. I like RPGs. I like action. I like first-person shooters. I like all kinds of stuff. I stream over on my channel a lot of different video games that I've been playing. Usually on Sundays, I play Vampire the Masquerade currently. Oops, sorry. I play Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines, and then on Fridays, I've been playing Devil May Cry, and we're supposed to be adding another day in which I'm probably going to play The Evil Within. So,
yeah.
So I got a horror game, an action game, and an RPG action game. So a horror RPG action game, which all combines all three. So
that was the alarm clock that signals that I I have to be locked up in the loony bin now. Just
Yep.
kidding. No, that's the end of the show, people. Sanguine, thank you for the $5 over on the Streamlabs. No, you want to drown out the negative, use it until any animus behind it has been completely diluted by the meaningless and normal uses. Use slurs in non-hateful ways. Exactly. If you take the power out of a word, it no longer becomes powerful and no longer cause the vitriol that it once did. Therefore, you've effectively rendered it useless, which is why racism or racist is no longer an effective way of silencing people, because everyone is racist now, apparently. And on that note, yeah, I guess we could totally break up, Eve, if you want to. Although I don't see why you would want to break up with me. I'm gorgeous.
No, I think I'll keep you around.
That's fair. Eve, before we go, where can everyone find you other than the links in the description down below?
Which links do you have in the description down below?
I have your channel, and then I have the Minions of the Zoo channel as well.
Oh, well, there's also my Twitter. Here, I can get that real quick.
Yeah, sorry, I forgot about the Twitter.
It's okay. It's real easy. And there's my Twitter.
Definitely go follow and subscribe, my lovely executive producer for this stream show. I apologize that the other co-host, the other redhead, could not show up, but it's okay. We'll give her a warm welcome on Wednesday when we have this show over on her channel. See Some Dumb Americans channel, link in the description down below. Same time, different place, Wednesday nights. I will see you guys when I see you next. Hang on, wrong mouse. I need to use this. Okay, bye everybody.